The debate over the future of fossil fuels is heating up at this year's COP28 summit in Dubai. A preliminary agreement has set the stage for tough negotiations in the coming days. This latest draft for a potential deal includes three options, which delegates from nearly 200 countries will consider. Now, the first, an orderly and just phase out of fossil fuels. The second, an acceleration of efforts towards phasing out unabated fossil fuels. And the last option makes no mention of a fossil fuel phase-out. The text has already attracted pushback. Saudi Arabia has firmly shut down any idea of a phase-out or down. The kingdom, which is also the world's largest oil exporter, has made clear that it would not agree to any such agreement. A US climate envoy, John Kerry, is firmly in the phase-out camp. He spoke to CNA earlier from the COP28 summit in Dubai about where the forum stands on that crucial question regarding the future of fossil fuels.
It's a critical issue because while the world is trying to reduce emissions from fossil fuel plants, some people are still building those plants in ways that don't capture the emissions. So there's a sense of insanity or absurdity in everybody around the world working to put out renewable energy, put out clean energy, nuclear, whatever it is. And meanwhile, some people are choosing the old-fashioned and dirty, actually life-taking, it's a technology that actually kills people around the world. 8 million people a year are dying because of the quality of air. And that quality of air is coming principally from coal emissions. So it is absolutely critical that we contain that. We will find, I am confident, a compromise that moves us in the right direction here. And I think that's what's critical. When you have 195 countries coming to the negotiation, it's hard. But we will, I think, find a landing spot where everybody can agree it's going to move us forward and accelerate the transition to the clean energy economy. We have to do that.
Coming together, there are some differing opinions. Most notably, the COP28 President Sultan Al Jaber has said that there is no science behind demands for the phase out of fossil fuels, and that also phasing out of coal, oil and gas would take the world back into caves. How would you address what he calls the misrepresentation and misinterpretation of climate science?
Well, I think he's been very clear. He clarified that yesterday and made it clear what he meant. What I think all of us who work on this climate issue know is that the truth is that the science is focused on the emissions. And the science has said that we have to reduce 43% of those emissions by 2030 and then get to net zero by 2050. Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, myself, everybody here have all embraced the notion that we must live up to the promise of holding the Earth's temperature increase to 1.5 degrees. That's what we're all committed on. That's what we're working on.